Health isn't the only way Canadians are falling short. A new comparison of 17 leading countries puts Canada in the middle of the pack when it comes to social issues such as poverty and wage inequality. Our worst grade was for adult poverty. We earned a D because of poverty rates that have increased over the last decade or so. Our next lowest marks were for child poverty and the gap between men's and women's wages. Overall, we earned a B, putting us 7th out of the 17 countries measured. In Toronto today, the trial began for a man accused of killing a police officer with a stolen snowplow. Sergeant Ryan Russell died 2 years ago after he was hit by a snowplow being driven by a 46-year-old homeless man. Among those in the courtroom today was Sergeant Russell's wife, who spoke about the pain of being left a widow. Christina Stevens reports.
During opening statements, the accused, Richard Kachkar, sat quietly, head bowed. Sergeant Ryan Russell's widow, just a few feet away.
Our healing is stopping, and the pain is back. It's not easy to sit there and sit so close to someone you know has done so much harm.
The judge told the jury that whether Kachkar was driving the snowplow which killed Russell 2 years ago is not the question, saying this is not a whodunit. What's at issue is Kachkar's state of mind at the time. Kachkar has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. The Crown says he stole a snowplow its driver had left running and crashed into several cars before hitting Russell, fracturing his skull. Kachkar himself was injured when officers shot at him, trying to get him to stop. The Crown claims that as Kachkar drove erratically, he offered people rides. When one asked why, he responded, "You'll be on Facebook." To another, he screamed something about Chinese technology. Later, the prosecutor says he talked about it all being a Russian video game and expressed concern that paramedics would put a microchip in his body.
The Crown alleges the night before, Kachkar went to a worker at the shelter he was staying at and asked him to call the RCMP. When asked why, he replied he thought he was going to do something bad. When asked what, he said he didn't know. A few minutes later, he changed his mind about calling the police.
Outside court, Christine Russell choked back emotion.
I appreciate all of the support that you've always shown my family and my son.
She says she will speak out when the trial is over. It's expected to last about 2 months. Christina Stevens, Global News, Toronto.